Hello, my friend, and welcome to this special English learning journey. Today, we're going to talk about something that so many learners dream about: speaking English fluently and confidently. You see, fluency is not about being perfect. It's not about using big words or having a British or American accent. Fluency means being able to express yourself clearly, naturally, and without fear. And confidence means believing in your ability to do so. In this lesson, we'll go through 7 easy, practical steps that will help you not only improve your English, but also feel proud and relaxed when you speak. Let's begin with step 1. Believe that you can speak English. You might think this sounds simple, but this is where everything begins. Every successful English speaker started with one decision: the belief that they could do it. Think about it. Before a child learns to walk, they fall many times, but they never give up, because they know one day they will walk. You must have the same attitude toward English. Maybe you've made mistakes in the past. Maybe people have laughed. Maybe you've frozen in front of others. But today, I want you to say it out loud. I can speak English. I will speak English. Repeat it with me. I can speak English. I will speak English. That simple sentence has power. When you believe you can, your brain opens up, your heart relaxes, and your confidence begins to grow. Now let me tell you about Maria, a learner from Brazil. She loved English songs but was always shy to speak. Every time she tried, she felt her face turn red and her voice shake. But one day she made a promise to herself: I will speak English every single day, no matter how small. She started with simple sentences like, "Good morning, how are you? I like coffee." Slowly, she grew more confident. After 6 months, she could hold real conversations. Today, she teaches English to kids. What changed? Her belief. She didn't suddenly learn hundreds of new words overnight. She changed the way she thought about English. So, my friend, the first step to fluency is not grammar or vocabulary. It's belief. Now let's move to step 2. Make English a part of your daily life. Do you only study English during your class or when you open a textbook? That's not enough. If you want to speak fluently, you have to make English your daily companion. Think about your phone. It's probably with you all the time, right? Imagine if English became just like that. Something you use every day, naturally, without forcing it. You can start small. Change your phone language to English. Watch short YouTube videos in English. Listen to English songs. Read your favorite quotes or memes in English. Even when you're thinking about your day, try to think in English. For example, instead of saying to yourself, "Main pani peene ja raha hoon," say, "I'm going to drink some water." Instead of "Aaj bahut garam hai," say, "It's so hot today." It might feel strange at first, but soon it will feel natural. Every time you use English, you're building tiny connections in your brain, little bridges that make fluency faster and smoother. Let me tell you about Ali from Pakistan. He wasn't confident in English and used to avoid speaking because he thought his accent was bad. But he made a small change. He started talking to himself in English while walking to work. Every day he described what he saw. "The bus is coming. The road is busy today. That boy is running fast." After 2 months, he didn't even realize he was speaking full sentences easily. His coworkers were shocked. That's what daily use can do. It changes your brain from "I study English" to "I live in English." Now here's a small practice for you. Ready? Repeat after me. I use English every day. English is a part of my life. I feel more confident each time I speak. Beautiful. Every time you repeat positive sentences like these, you train your mind and your tongue at the same time. Let's move to step 3. Listen more than you speak at first. It may sound strange, but listening is the secret door to speaking. When babies learn a language, they don't start by speaking. They listen first for months. They listen to their parents, to songs, to stories. Slowly, their brain learns the rhythm, the sound, the tone, and only then they begin to speak naturally. You can do the same. Start listening to English for at least 15 minutes every day. It can be anything: a podcast, a YouTube channel, a TED Talk, or even a movie scene. Don't worry if you don't understand everything. Just listen for the rhythm, the tone, the emotion. Notice how speakers link words together. For example, instead of saying "want to," they say "wanna." Instead of going to, they say gonna. This natural flow is what makes English sound fluent. One trick you can try is shadowing. That means you listen to a short English clip and repeat exactly what the speaker says, almost at the same time. It feels like you're copying them, but that's exactly how your mouth and ears learn to work together. Try it with your favorite movie dialogue or a motivational video. The first few times you'll stumble, but keep going. Over time, you'll sound more and more natural. Let me share another short story. There was a student named Rina from Japan who loved listening to English podcasts but never spoke a word. One day, her teacher told her to repeat every sentence she heard from her favorite host. Rina laughed at first. It sounded silly, but she tried it anyway. Every day, she listened for 10 minutes and shadowed the speaker. 3 months later, when she joined an online class, everyone noticed how natural her pronunciation had become. Rina didn't memorize rules. She trained her ears and tongue to work together. So let's practice one short shadowing exercise together right now. I'll say a few sentences slowly. Repeat after me. I can learn English easily. I enjoy listening to English every day. The more I listen, the more I understand. The more I understand, the better I speak. Well done. You're already training your fluency muscle. Before we finish this first section, let's quickly review what we've learned so far. Step 1. Believe you can speak English. Confidence starts in your mind. Step 2. Make English part of your everyday life. Small daily habits create big results. Step 3. Listen more. Listening builds your fluency from the inside out. Each of these steps builds a strong foundation. You're not just learning words, you're building a mindset and a lifestyle. In the next section, we'll go deeper into speaking practice, real-life conversation tricks, and how to stop translating in your head. For now, take a deep breath and say this aloud. I am becoming fluent in English. I am confident. Comes and improving every day. Yes, you are. Remember, fluency is a journey and not a race. You're doing great just by being here. Hello, my friend, and welcome to this special English learning journey. Today, we're going to talk about something that so many learners dream about. Speaking English fluently and confidently. You see, fluency is not about being perfect. It's not about using big words or having a British or American accent. Fluency means being able to express yourself clearly, naturally, and without fear. And confidence means believing in your ability to do so. In this lesson, we'll go through 7 easy, practical steps that will help you not only improve your English, but also feel proud and relaxed when you speak. Let's begin with step 1. Believe that you can speak English. You might think this sounds simple, but this is where everything begins. Every successful English speaker started with one decision, the belief that they could do it. Think about it. Before a child learns to walk, they fall many times, but they never give up, because they know one day they will walk. You must have the same attitude toward English. Maybe you've made mistakes in the past. Maybe people have laughed. Maybe you've frozen in front of others. But today, I want you to say it out loud. I can speak English. I will speak English. Repeat it with me. I can speak English. I will speak English. That simple sentence has power. When you believe you can, your brain opens up, your heart relaxes, and your confidence begins to grow. Now let me tell you about Maria, a learner from Brazil. She loved English songs but was always shy to speak. Every time she tried, she felt her face turn red and her voice shake. But one day she made a promise to herself. I will speak English every single day, no matter how small. She started with simple sentences like, good morning, how are you? I like coffee. Slowly, she grew more confident. After 6 months, she could hold real conversations. Today, she teaches English to kids. What changed? Her belief. She didn't suddenly learn hundreds of new words overnight. She changed the way she thought about English. So, my friend, the first step to fluency is not grammar or vocabulary. It's belief. Now let's move to step 2. Make English a part of your daily life. Do you only study English during your class or when you open a textbook? That's not enough. If you want to speak fluently, you have to make English your daily companion. Think about your phone. It's probably with you all the time, right? Imagine if English became just like that. Something you use every day, naturally, without forcing it. You can start small. Change your phone language to English. Watch short YouTube videos in English. Listen to English songs. Read your favorite quotes or memes in English. Even when you're thinking about your day, try to think in English. For example, instead of saying to yourself, "Main pani peene ja raha hoon," say, "I'm going to drink some water." Instead of "Aaj bahut garam hai," say, "It's so hot today." It might feel strange at first, but soon it will feel natural. Repeat these sentences after me. I think in English. I don't translate. My mind understands English naturally. You're doing great. Every repetition makes your English stronger. Now let's move to Step 6. Learn phrases, not just words. Many learners memorize long lists of vocabulary, but that's not how native speakers talk. Fluent speakers use chunks or phrases. For example, instead of learning hungry, learn the full phrase "I'm really hungry" or "I'm starving." Instead of just busy, learn "I'm a bit busy right now." When you learn phrases, you can speak more naturally and confidently without pausing to build sentences word by word. Here's a trick. Every time you hear a useful sentence, write it down in a notebook. For example, if you hear "that sounds great," write it under the topic agreeing. If you hear "I didn't catch that," write it under asking for repetition. Build your own phrasebook. Soon you'll have hundreds of ready-to-use sentences for every situation. For instance, here are some daily use phrases you can start with. How's it going? Casual hello. Can you help me out? Asking for help. I'm not sure about that. Expressing uncertainty. That's a good point. Agreeing. Let me think. Pausing politely. Practice these out loud. Try using them in small talk, even with yourself. Say, "How's it going, me?" Or, "That's a good point, self." It may sound funny, but it works. Now listen to this small story. David, a student from Mexico, used to memorize single words like happy, sad, angry. But when he tried to talk, he couldn't connect them. His teacher told him to learn full phrases instead. So David started collecting short expressions from movies. Every night he practiced them aloud. "What's up? Are you kidding me? I'm so tired today." After 2 months, he could have casual conversations easily. Because when you use phrases, your sentences flow naturally, like music. Let's try some phrase practice together. Repeat after me slowly. How have you been? I really appreciate that. Could you please say that again? That's interesting. Let's grab a coffee sometime, see? Those phrases sound natural, right? That's because fluent English is built from these small, powerful blocks. So far, we've covered 6 steps. Believe in yourself. Make English part of your daily life. Listen more. Speak every day. Think in English. Learn phrases, not just words. Each step builds on the last one, just like climbing stairs toward fluency. You've come so far already, and we have just one final powerful step left. The secret that keeps your fluency growing forever. Before we move to that, take a moment to feel proud of yourself. You've spent time, energy, and heart to improve your English. That's what real learners do. You're not just learning a language, you're changing your future. Now, take a deep breath and repeat these sentences with me. I practice English daily. I am a confident English speaker. I am growing stronger every day. You're doing wonderfully, my amazing learner. You've already completed 6 powerful steps to improve your fluency. And now we've arrived at the final one, Step 7. Practice with real people and real situations. Yes, my friend, this is where everything comes together. You've built your confidence, you've trained your mind to think in English, and you've learned natural phrases. Now it's time to use your English in the real world. Because true fluency doesn't live in your notebook or your phone. It lives in your voice, your conversations, your daily life. You might be wondering, but what if I make mistakes? Let me tell you something very important. Every fluent speaker in the world still makes mistakes. Even native speakers. They forget words. They say things like and They sometimes correct themselves mid-sentence. Fluency doesn't mean perfection. It means communication. The goal is not to speak without error. It's to express yourself freely, start small. If you're shy, begin online. Join an English learning community on social media. comment on videos, or join free conversation groups. There are thousands of people just like you waiting to practice. You can even record a short voice note to a friend who understands your learning. Every sentence you speak is a step forward. Let me tell you about Tarek from Egypt. He loved learning English but had no one to talk to. So he joined an online English group on WhatsApp. At first he only listened. Then one day he sent a short voice message. "Hello everyone, my name is Tarek, I'm happy to be here." That small act changed everything. Other learners replied, encouraged him, and soon he was chatting every day. Within months he sounded confident and natural. Tarek told me later, "The day I stopped being afraid to speak was the day I truly started learning." That's the secret, my friend. You learn the most when you speak, make mistakes, and keep going. Every conversation teaches you something new. Here's an easy practice idea. Whenever you meet someone who knows English, maybe a shopkeeper, a classmate, or even a stranger, use one English sentence. It can be something simple like, "How's your day?" or "Thank you so much." Each small interaction adds up. You don't need to speak for hours. Even one English sentence a day builds your confidence muscle. And if you can't find people around you, use technology. There are wonderful apps where you can practice speaking with AI or with learners around the world. You can join English-speaking forums, Discord servers, or Telegram groups. The key is to use your English in action, not just in theory. Let's try a mini confidence exercise right now. Close your eyes. Imagine yourself speaking English with someone, maybe at a coffee shop, at work, or online. Picture yourself smiling, feeling calm, and speaking clearly. Hear your voice. It sounds good, right? That's your future self. You're already becoming that version of you now. Repeat these sentences with me slowly. I'm not afraid to speak. I can communicate in English. I learn from every mistake I make. That's perfect. Remember this, speaking English fluently is not about speed. It's about connection. It's about expressing your heart and your thoughts. And you already have everything you need to do that. Now let's go a little deeper. To keep improving your fluency, you need to understand something called the 3 golden circles of English practice: listening, speaking, and reflecting. These 3 steps form a cycle that keeps your English growing forever. First, listening. Continue listening to native speakers, podcasts, movies, and songs. Notice how words sound together, how intonation changes meaning. Try to understand not just the words, but the feeling behind them. Second, speaking. After you listen, imitate what you heard. You can shadow the sentences or use them in your own situations. For example, if you heard someone say, "That's awesome," use it in your day too. Say, "That movie was awesome," or "This food tastes awesome." That's how vocabulary becomes part of your personality. Third, reflecting. After you speak, think about how it went. Did you struggle with any words? Did you forget a phrase? That's okay. Write it down and practice it again. Reflection turns your mistakes into progress. Here's a story that beautifully shows this. May from China used to record herself speaking English every night for 5 minutes. She talked about her day, her plans, her dreams. After recording, she listened to herself. She noticed small mistakes. Maybe she said "he go" instead of "he goes." Instead of feeling bad, she corrected herself the next day. After 6 months, her pronunciation and confidence improved dramatically. You can do the same. Record, listen, improve. That's the golden circle in action. Now I want you to imagine something. Picture yourself 6 months from now. You wake up, speak English easily with your coworkers, or talk to your online friends confidently. You no longer hesitate. You laugh in English. You share stories in English, and you understand jokes without translation. That's where these 7 steps are taking you. Let's quickly review them all together, one more time. Step 1. Believe that you can speak English. Step 2. Make English part of your daily life. Step 3. Listen more. Step 4. Speak every day and even to yourself. Step 5. Think in English, not in your native language. Step 6. Learn phrases, not just words. Step 7. Practice with real people and real situations. Each step builds confidence. Each one brings you closer to fluency. But before we close this section, let's talk about something deeper: your mindset. Sometimes you may feel stuck or frustrated. You might think, "Why am I not improving fast enough?" But remember, language learning is like planting a tree. In the beginning, you see nothing, just a seed in the soil. But under the ground, roots are growing strong. Every time you study, listen, speak, and practice, your roots are growing. One day, your English tree will bloom beautifully, and everyone will notice your growth, so don't rush. Don't compare yourself to others. Everyone has their own journey. Your only competition is the person you were yesterday. Let's do a short positive affirmation together. Speak with me loudly and proudly. I am becoming fluent in English. I trust the process. I am patient, confident, and improving every day. Yes, that's the energy we want to keep. Before we wrap up this section, let me give you a little challenge. The 7-Day English Fluency Challenge. For the next 7 days, speak at least 5 sentences in English daily. Listen to 10 minutes of English audio. Learn 1 new phrase each day. Think in English for 5 minutes every morning. Do this consistently, and you'll feel a visible difference in your fluency within just 1 week. And here's one final reminder. Every time you speak, you've now completed the 7 easy steps that lead to fluency and confidence. But today, in this section, we're going to go deeper. Because real fluency is not only about what you say, it's about how you live with the language. It's about building habits, mindset, and daily motivation to keep going even when you feel stuck. So let's talk about what happens after you've learned the steps. How to grow, how to stay inspired, and how to make English a lifelong companion. Imagine this. You've learned the rules. You've practiced speaking. You've built confidence. But one morning you wake up and suddenly feel tired of studying. You think, I'm not improving anymore. This feeling is normal. Every learner faces it. It's called a learning plateau. It's like walking uphill. At first, progress feels fast and exciting, but after a while it slows down. That's when many people give up. But not you. You're going to learn how to push through that stage with patience, joy, and energy. Here's the secret. When you feel stuck, change your method, not your goal. If you've been studying grammar, switch to listening to English stories. If you've been watching videos, try writing a short journal instead. If you've been studying alone, find a partner online. Small changes bring fresh energy. English is a living language. It should never feel boring. Let's talk about building daily habits for fluency. Real improvement comes from consistency. You don't need to study for hours every day. You just need to make English a daily habit, like brushing your teeth. Try this simple 15-minute plan. 5 minutes of listening, a short video or podcast. 5 minutes of speaking or repeating sentences aloud. 5 minutes of reading or writing something simple in English. That's all. 15 minutes a day can transform your fluency over time. The secret is not how long you study. It's how often you practice. I remember meeting a learner named Jamal from Morocco. He had a very busy life, working long hours every day, but he decided to dedicate just 10 minutes every night before bed to English. He listened to short podcasts, repeated a few sentences, and wrote 3 lines in his diary. That's it. But after 1 year, he could speak fluently with foreign clients at work. He told me, small steps every day built my big success. And that's true for all of us. Now let's add another secret ingredient to your fluency. Enjoyment. Learning should never feel like punishment. The moment you enjoy English, you start learning naturally. Ask yourself, what do I love? If you love cooking, watch cooking shows in English. If you love football, listen to match commentary in English. If you love movies, watch your favorite ones with English subtitles. When you learn through topics you enjoy, English becomes fun, not forced. Here's a small speaking exercise for you. Think about your favorite hobby. Maybe it's painting, dancing, or gaming. Now describe it in English out loud. For example, I love painting because it helps me relax. I enjoy dancing with my friends. I play games online, and I've made friends from different countries. When you talk about things you love, your voice becomes more natural, and your English flows better. Let's also talk about fear, that little voice that says, what if I make a mistake? You know what? Everyone makes mistakes, even English teachers, even native speakers. Mistakes are not your enemy. They're your best teacher. Every time you make a mistake, you discover something new. Instead of feeling embarrassed, smile and say, thank you, English. You just taught me something. Let me tell you about Sofia, a learner from Spain. She once gave a short speech in English and accidentally said, "I am boring," instead of "I am bored." Everyone laughed, including her. But instead of hiding, she laughed too, learned the difference, and continued her speech. Afterward, people admired her confidence. She told me later, "That mistake helped me remember that English is not about being perfect. It's about being brave." So the next time you make a mistake, repeat this powerful sentence. I learn from my mistakes. Say it again, loudly. I learn from my mistakes. That's right. Every mistake is a stepping stone toward mastery. Now let's talk about reading, one of the most powerful tools to grow your English brain. Reading English stories, articles, or even short quotes every day improves your vocabulary, grammar, and imagination. You don't have to read difficult books. Start with graded readers, books written for English learners. They're simple, fun, and full of real-life situations. When you read, don't translate every word. Try to understand the meaning from context. For example, imagine this line: "The boy rushed to catch the bus." Even if you don't know the word rushed, you can guess from the situation. The boy is hurrying. That's how you grow naturally. Reading also teaches you how sentences are built. You'll start to notice patterns like, "I'm looking forward to," or "it depends on," and soon you'll use them automatically. Here's a challenge. Read one page of an English story every day. Just one page. After a week, you'll notice that your understanding improves and your vocabulary grows. Let's do a short exercise. Repeat after me. I enjoy reading in English. I learn new words every day. English stories make me smarter and happier. Wonderful. You're building not only fluency, but also positivity. Now, let's talk about listening to yourself. One of the most powerful exercises is recording your voice. Choose a short topic like my favorite food or my weekend, and record yourself speaking for 1 minute. Don't worry about mistakes, just talk. Then listen to your recording. You'll hear your pronunciation, your pauses, and your progress. It might feel strange the first time, but it's one of the best ways to grow. When you hear yourself, you become more aware of your rhythm and tone. Over time, you'll notice your confidence in speaking increases dramatically. Here's what you can say right now. I like hearing my English voice. My English is getting better every day. I sound more confident than yesterday. Doesn't that feel empowering? Now let's talk about motivation. Some days you'll feel excited to learn. Other days you won't, and that's okay. You're human. What matters is that you don't stop. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. Make English a daily habit, even when you don't feel like it. Remember why you started. Maybe you want to study abroad, get a better job, or travel confidently. Keep that reason close to your heart. Let me share one last short story for this section. There was a learner named Lena from Vietnam. She struggled for years to speak English fluently. One day, she wrote a note to herself. I will speak English confidently by next year. She stuck it on her mirror and read it every morning. That small act kept her focused. Every day she practiced a little, even when she was tired. 1 year later, she gave a full English presentation at work. Her boss was amazed. She said, "It wasn't magic. It was daily belief. So take a moment and write down your goal. Maybe it's, I will speak English fluently in 6 months. Or, I will have a full conversation without fear." Stick it somewhere you can see it. Let it remind you every day that your dream is worth your effort. Before we finish this section, let's repeat our affirmations together. Speak them with energy, with pride, and with love for yourself. I believe in myself. I practice English daily. I am becoming fluent and confident. I never give up. Perfect. You're not just learning English anymore. You're living it. You've learned how to build belief, create habits, stay motivated, and keep learning even when things get tough. In this section, let's go deeper into what it feels like to speak English confidently, how to control your emotions, improve your pronunciation, and sound natural when you speak. Because fluency is not just about what you say, it's also about how you say it. Let's start with something very important: confidence through body language. When you speak English, your body speaks too. Your posture, your smile, your eye contact, all of it sends a message before your words even come out. If you stand tall, keep your shoulders relaxed, and smile, Your brain automatically feels more confident. Try it right now. Sit or stand up straight, take a deep breath, and smile. Feels better, right? That's your confidence posture. Before you start speaking English, take a second to breathe. Tell yourself, I'm relaxed. I'm ready. When your body is calm, your voice sounds smoother. Your words come out clearer and your confidence shines through. There's a student I once met, named Arif, from Indonesia. He spoke good English, but whenever he talked to native speakers, he froze. His voice became shaky, his hands trembled. One day, I told him, before you speak, take one deep breath and smile. He practiced it daily. After 2 weeks, he said, I still make mistakes, but I don't panic anymore. That's the magic of body language. It helps your mind relax. Now let's talk about pronunciation. Many learners worry about their accent. They ask, should I sound American or British? The answer is simple. You should sound like you, just clearer and more confident. Your goal isn't to copy an accent. It's to be understood easily. To improve pronunciation, focus on clarity, rhythm, and stress. English has a musical rhythm. Some words are stressed more strongly and others are lighter. For example, in the sentence, I want to go to the market, the stress naturally falls on want and market. Try repeating it. I want to go to the market. Feel that rhythm? That's what makes your speech sound natural. Another trick, exaggerate your mouth movements while practicing. Say words slowly and clearly. Let me tell you a story about Carlos, a student from Peru. He was terrified of speaking English in front of others. One day, he had to give a short presentation at work. His hands were shaking, but instead of focusing on his fear, he told himself, I'm here to share an idea, not to be perfect. He took a deep breath, smiled, and spoke slowly. The audience clapped. That day changed his life. Later, he said, I learned that confidence is a choice, not a gift. So remember, choose confidence every time you open your mouth. Even if you feel afraid, smile and speak anyway. That's real courage. Now let's talk about using pauses. Many learners think speaking fluently means speaking fast. But true fluency is about control, not speed. Native speakers pause often. They use silence to think, breathe, and emphasize their message. If you ever forget a word, don't panic. Just pause, smile, and say, what's the word? Or let me think. That's what confident speakers do. Practice pausing between sentences. For example, I love learning English. Pause. It gives me confidence. Pause. I know I'm getting better every day. Pause. You see? Sounds calm and natural. You're giving yourself time to think and the listener time to understand. Here's a little self-practice exercise you can do. Record yourself saying a short paragraph, then listen for your tone and pauses. If you sound rushed, slow down. If your voice sounds flat, add emotion. Play with your pitch. Raise it slightly for excitement. Lower it slightly for seriousness. That's how fluent speakers bring life to their words. Now, let's discuss another key to fluency. Learning to listen emotionally. Fluency isn't only about speaking. It's also about understanding people. When you listen with emotion, noticing their tone, their expressions, their energy, you connect better. You'll notice that fluent conversations are like dances. One person leads, the other follows. Both respond naturally. Try to feel the language, not just hear it. For example, when someone says, "That's awesome," feel their excitement. When they say, "Oh no, really," notice the surprise. When they say, "I see," feel the calm understanding. The more you connect emotionally, the more natural your responses will sound. Let's do a quick repeat exercise. I speak with emotion. I listen with understanding. I connect through English. Beautiful. You're not just learning to talk. You're learning to communicate heart to heart. Finally, let's talk about self-image. How you see yourself affects how you speak. If you see yourself as a shy learner, your voice will sound small. But if you see yourself as a confident speaker in progress, your voice becomes stronger. So start seeing yourself as a speaker, not a student. You're not just learning English. You're using it. You're already part of the English-speaking world. Here's a small exercise to end this section. Stand up. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, "I am an English speaker." Say it again, louder. I am an English speaker, feel it, believe it, because it's true. You don't need a certificate to be one. You only need belief and practice. You are now growing in every way, mentally, emotionally, and linguistically. You've learned to stay calm, use your body language, improve pronunciation, and feel natural in English conversations. These are the qualities that make a fluent, confident speaker. Before we move to the next part, let's finish with a few positive affirmations. Repeat with me. My English is powerful. My voice matters. I speak clearly, confidently, and naturally. I am proud of my progress. That's perfect. You're not just improving your English. You're transforming your mindset, your energy, and your confidence. And you deserve to feel proud of how far you've come. You've learned about confidence, body language, pronunciation, and emotional control. You've practiced listening with your heart, speaking with calmness, and believing in yourself as an English speaker. Now, it's time for one of the most powerful steps of all. Step 6. Creating a real English-speaking lifestyle. Many learners think they can become fluent by studying for 1 hour a day, but real fluency happens when English becomes a part of your daily life, not just your study schedule. So let's learn how to build an English lifestyle, a way of living that makes English natural, easy, and fun. First, let's talk about immersion. Have you ever noticed how children learn languages so fast? It's because they're surrounded by it. They hear it, see it, feel it every day. You can create your own English environment, even if you don't live in an English-speaking country. Start small. Change your phone's language to English. Watch your favorite shows with English subtitles. Read simple news articles or short stories daily. Listen to podcasts while cooking or walking. It's not about studying harder. It's about surrounding yourself with English until it becomes familiar, like the sound of your own thoughts. Let me share a story about Aisha, a student from Egypt. She loved watching Korean dramas but wanted to learn English. So instead of watching with Arabic subtitles, she switched to English subtitles. At first it was hard, but after 1 month, she began to recognize patterns and phrases. 3 months later, she started understanding full sentences. She told me, "I didn't even feel like I was studying. I was just enjoying my shows." That's the secret. Make English learning feel natural and joyful. Now let's talk about English thinking. This is a game changer. Many learners translate from their native language before they speak. That slows them down. To speak fluently, you must train your brain to think directly in English, but how? Here's a simple exercise. When you wake up, describe what you're doing in English. Say, "I'm getting out of bed." "I'm brushing my teeth." "I'm making tea." It sounds simple, but it's powerful. You're training your brain to think in English naturally. Another tip, narrate your thoughts silently. When you're walking outside, think, "The sky is beautiful today. The air feels cool. I see children playing." You don't need anyone to listen. You're building a mental English habit. At first, your sentences might be short or broken. That's okay. Over time, your thoughts will become smoother, and words will come faster. That's how fluency begins. Not from memorizing grammar rules, but from using English in real life. Next, let's discuss English social circles. You become fluent faster when you talk with others. Find people who share your goal. Join English clubs online or in person. Practice with friends who are also learning. Even 5 minutes of daily conversation can change everything. Here's a trick. Find a language buddy. Someone you can talk to regularly, maybe on WhatsApp, maybe on Zoom. Set a time each week. Choose a topic, like travel, hobbies, or dreams, and just talk. Don't worry about mistakes. Focus on expressing yourself and enjoying the conversation. One of my students, Ravi from India, found a speaking partner from Brazil online. At first, they only spoke for 10 minutes a week. But after a month, they became close friends and started talking daily. They corrected each other's mistakes gently, shared their cultures, and laughed a lot. Today, both are fluent. Why? Because they practiced consistently with joy. Now let's talk about your English mindset. To make English part of your life, you must enjoy the process. Don't study just to pass a test or impress others. Learn because it opens your world. New people, new ideas, new opportunities. When you enjoy something, you don't need motivation. You simply do it. So find what makes English fun for you. Do you love music? Listen to English songs and read the lyrics. Do you love gaming? Play online games in English. Do you love reading? Start with graded readers. Short, simple books written for English learners. The key is, learn through love, not fear. Let's try a short reflection exercise. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine your future self, confident, fluent, and free. You're traveling to another country, making friends easily, maybe giving a presentation at work or helping someone in need, all in English. How does it feel? Feels powerful, right? That future you already exists inside you. You just have to keep walking toward it, one day at a time. Now let's make your environment more supportive. Here's how. Label things around your house in English. Door, mirror, table, window. Keep a small notebook for new words you find interesting. Use English on social media. Write short posts or comments. Celebrate your small wins. Every new word, every conversation, every mistake you overcome. Speaking of mistakes, remember this. Mistakes are your teachers. Every time you make one, you learn something new. The only real mistake is staying silent. When you speak and make errors, you grow faster. So treat mistakes as gifts. Say to yourself, thank you, mistake. You taught me something today. Another idea, teach someone else. When you explain English to others, your understanding becomes stronger. Even if it's just helping a friend with a phrase or grammar point, it builds your confidence. You realize how much you already know. Let's do a mini speaking practice now. Repeat after me. I live in English. I think in English. I grow through English. I enjoy learning every day. Perfect. These sentences remind your brain that English is not a subject. It's a part of your identity. Now, I want to share something personal. I once met a young man named Daniel who said, I used to hate English because it made me feel stupid. Then I realized English isn't judging me. My own fear was. That realization changed everything for him. He began listening to English podcasts daily, joined online discussions, and made friends from around the world. My amazing learner, you've made it all the way to step 7, the final step on your journey to speaking English fluently and confidently. I'm so proud of you. You've practiced your mindset, your pronunciation, your listening, your lifestyle. And now, it's time to bring everything together into one final, life-changing step. This step is about speaking with purpose. You see, fluency is not just about knowing the words or grammar. It's about why you speak. When your reason is strong, your motivation never fades. When you have a purpose, your English becomes alive. So let's begin with this question. Why do you want to speak English fluently? Take a moment to think about it. Maybe you want to travel the world, study abroad, work with international companies, or make new friends. Or maybe deep inside you just want to express yourself freely, without fear, without limits. Whatever your reason is, hold on to it. That reason will push you forward on the days when you feel tired or unsure. Let me tell you a story about a woman named Sophia from Colombia. When she started learning English, she struggled a lot. She said, every time I speak, I freeze. I feel like everyone is better than me. But she had one strong dream, to become a flight attendant. So every day she practiced English out loud in front of her mirror. She listened to English radio on her way to work. She watched YouTube videos about aviation in English. Slowly, her confidence grew. 2 years later, she called me crying with happiness. She had passed her interview and was flying internationally. Her English wasn't perfect, but her confidence and purpose were. That's what made her fluent. So, my friend, ask yourself, what's my English dream? Write it down. Say it out loud. Maybe you'll say, I want to speak English confidently so I can connect with people everywhere. Or, I want to use English to inspire others. Or maybe, I want to speak English because it gives me freedom. Whatever it is, that's your flame. Keep it alive. Now let's talk about using English for real communication. Too many learners stay stuck in the classroom stage. They keep studying but never use English in the real world. But real fluency grows when you use English to connect, to share your ideas, emotions, and experiences. Start small. Talk to yourself. Talk to a friend, comment on YouTube videos, post on social media, or join English communities. Use English not just to learn, but to live. There's a phrase I love. Don't wait until you're perfect to start speaking. Start speaking, and perfection will follow. Here's a practice activity you can try every morning. It's called the 1-minute talk. Choose any topic. Maybe your plans for the day, your favorite movie, or what you learned yesterday. Speak about it in English for 1 full minute. Don't stop, don't translate, don't worry. Just keep going. If you forget a word, describe it. For example, if you forget the word umbrella, you can say, the thing we use when it rains. The goal is not perfection, it's fluency. After 1 week, increase it to 2 minutes. After a month, try 5 minutes. You'll be amazed at how much your confidence grows. Here's another powerful technique: storytelling. When you tell stories, your brain connects ideas faster, and your speech becomes smoother. You can tell stories from your own life. The first time I traveled alone. My most embarrassing moment. The day I learned something important. Tell them in English, again and again. Each time your story will become more natural, your sentences more flowing, your voice more confident. One of my students, Ming from China, used to record herself telling short stories in English every night. In the beginning, she was shy and awkward. But after a few weeks, her storytelling became amazing, full of emotion and expression. She told me, "When I tell stories in English, I feel like I'm not just learning. I'm living in the language." That's exactly what I want for you too. Let's do a short storytelling practice right now. Think about something that made you smile recently. Maybe a funny moment or a kind gesture someone showed you. Close your eyes, remember it clearly, and now describe it in English out loud. Use simple sentences. Speak slowly but with feeling. It's okay if no one hears you. You're building fluency and joy together. Now let's talk about sharing your English with the world. Fluent speakers are not afraid to express their thoughts, so start sharing. Maybe on social media, maybe in your class, or maybe just in a small journal. Write or speak about what you believe in, what you love, what you dream of. Every word you share in English builds your confidence. And remember, English is not just for you. It's a tool that connects people across the world. Through English, you can inspire, teach, comfort, and create. Imagine one day your words in English, helping someone else feel stronger. Wouldn't that be beautiful? Let's repeat a few empowering lines together. I use English to express myself. I use English to connect with others. My English has a purpose. My voice makes a difference. Perfect. Your voice truly matters. Now, before we close this final section, let's reflect on your journey through all 7 steps. You built belief in yourself. You created small, consistent habits. You learned to stay motivated through challenges. You improved your pronunciation and confidence. You developed emotional control and natural flow. You made English part of your lifestyle. And now you've discovered your purpose, your reason to speak and keep growing. This is not the end. This is your beginning. From now on, every conversation, every new word, every mistake, and every success will be part of your beautiful English journey. Whenever you feel tired, remember this. Fluency is not a race. It's a rhythm, your rhythm. You're not behind anyone. You're right on time. So take a deep breath right now, smile. Say these words out loud with me. I am fluent in progress. I am confident. I am unstoppable. I am proud of my English journey. Beautiful. Before we move to the final section, I want you to make a promise to yourself and to your dream. Promise that you'll never give up. Promise that you'll speak even when it feels scary. Promise that you'll celebrate your small wins, because these small wins will take you far. You are not just learning English. You are transforming yourself into a confident communicator, a global thinker, a lifelong learner. So go out there, speak, connect, inspire, and remember, every word you speak is a step closer to your dream. My dear friend, you've reached the final part of your journey, the part where everything you've learned comes together. You've discovered belief, discipline, motivation, pronunciation, emotional control, lifestyle, and purpose, and now it's time to step fully into your identity as a confident English speaker. Take a moment to think back to where you started. Remember that first time you tried to say something in English and felt shy. Maybe your words got stuck. Maybe someone corrected you and you felt embarrassed. But you didn't give up. You're here now, listening, learning, growing. That's what true fluency is built on: courage, consistency, and self-belief. Let's begin this final part with something powerful. Repeat after me. I have come so far. I am proud of my progress. My English gets stronger every day. Yes, I can do this. Beautiful. Now, let's talk about something every learner faces: self-doubt. Even when you've improved a lot, there will still be moments when you think, I'm not good enough. That voice in your head might whisper, my accent isn't right, or people will laugh at me. But here's the truth: every confident speaker you admire once had the same thoughts. The only difference is that they kept speaking anyway. Confidence doesn't come from never feeling afraid. It comes from speaking despite the fear. So the next time that voice of doubt appears, smile and say, thank you, but I'm speaking anyway. Remember, mistakes don't define you, they refine you. Every mistake makes you wiser, smoother, and more natural. You're not learning to avoid mistakes. You're learning to recover from them quickly and confidently. That's what fluent people do. Let me tell you about Ali, one of my favorite students. When he started, he could barely say, how are you? Without freezing. He recorded his voice every day, just reading small sentences. He laughed at his pronunciation, but he kept going. 6 months later, he gave a full speech at his company's meeting. In English. Everyone clapped. Later, he told me, the day I stopped judging myself was the day my English started to flow. That's your lesson here. Fluency grows when judgment disappears. Now let's do a quick practice. I'll say a few lines, and you can repeat after me, loudly, proudly, with energy. I am not afraid to make mistakes. I learn from every experience. My English is improving naturally. I am becoming fluent every single day. Perfect. Feel the energy? That's your confidence coming alive. Now let's talk about the power of gratitude. Gratitude keeps your heart open and your journey joyful. Every day, take a moment to say thank you. To yourself, to your teachers, to the people who listen to you patiently, to every experience that helps you grow. When you appreciate your journey, your learning becomes lighter, happier, and faster. Before you sleep, you can say 3 simple things. Today, learn something new. Today, I spoke without fear. Today, I grew stronger. Do this for 1 week and you'll see how your confidence blossoms naturally. Now, let's talk about something deeper. Sharing your light. English is not just a language. It's a bridge to the world. You now have a tool that allows you to connect with millions of people, to understand their stories, and to share your own. So keep sharing. Every word you speak in kindness matters. Now, I want you to imagine something. Close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself 1 year from now. You're standing in front of a group of people, maybe friends, maybe co-workers, maybe strangers. You're speaking English clearly, confidently, freely. You smile, you laugh, you express yourself with ease. Everyone listens, not because your grammar is perfect, but because your energy is strong. That person you just imagined, that is you. Not someday, not maybe, but truly, you've already proven that you can learn, practice, and grow. So don't wait for the right time or the perfect English. The right time is now. The perfect English is your English, the one that shows your thoughts, your heart, your personality. Now, take 1 deep breath and repeat with me. My voice is powerful. My English is beautiful. I express myself with confidence. I am proud of who I am. Excellent. As we come to the end of this journey, remember, English is not your goal. It's your tool to reach bigger goals: connection, growth, opportunity, and freedom. Keep using it. Keep speaking it. Keep loving it. Because the more you love English, the more it loves you back. If there's one message I want you to remember forever, it's this. Fluency is not about being perfect. It's about being brave. Be brave enough to speak, to try, to fail, to rise again, and to keep going. That's how every great speaker, every confident communicator, and every dreamer you admire became who they are. So go ahead. Speak your heart out. The world is waiting to hear your story. And before we say goodbye, let's end with one final affirmation together. Say it with feeling, energy, and belief. I am confident. I am fluent. I am free. I am an English speaker. Beautiful. Truly beautiful. This is not the end of your English journey. It's just the beginning of a lifetime of growth, expression, and success. You have everything you need inside you. Now go out there and shine. One word, one smile, one conversation at a time. Remember, you are not learning English anymore. You are living it.